I'm sorry. I'm sorry about it. Okay? Can we just move on? Can we just move on? It's gonna be a good one. Okay, let's do this. Welcome back to the Den of Nerds. I am Josh, and we have a fantastic show for you today. It's going to be an extra special one. It's extra cool. So, we've got a couple of stories to go over. They're both actually incredible. One has to do with Punisher. It has to do with rumors about the Jon Bernthal Punisher special presentation. Y'all know about Ma Gnucci? How many of you guys in chat know about Ma Gnucci? Oh man, this is gonna be fun. I can't wait to talk to you about this. So I want to explain where the rumor's coming from, what do we think it means, and then we're gonna need to talk about Ma Gnucci and Garth Ennis. You know, The Boys, obviously really big popular show. That comic was created by Garth Ennis, and a lot of you super sweats know this, but some of the more casuals don't. Garth Ennis has done a lot of fine work at Marvel and at DC, I believe, too. And his Punisher run was incredible. So we're going to have to talk about Ma Gnucci, one of the most violent, fucked up things that Frank's ever done to one of his arch enemies. And basically, he hits her with a double whammy. We'll get into it. We'll explain it. It's pretty crazy. And I can see where Bernthal's head is at. Because remember, he's producing and co-writing on this special presentation. So we'll get into that. On top of that, we got to talk about Tony Gilroy. Oh, everybody loves Tony Gilroy. He's so sophisticated, pinky out kind of motherfucker, you know? Well, Tony finally stepped in it publicly, and so we will talk about comments he made that were absolutely boneheaded, that I think reveal his true feelings about fandom and fans. He went mask off a little bit, and he went mask off in a way that's really ridiculous. So I think at just a surface level, you could probably say, and many have said this, what is he talking about? What the fuck? But I think it's actually deeper than that, and I think we can ascribe all sorts of malice and horrible intentions to Tony. We can write him off forever. So we're getting into those comments, and I'll break it down and explain to you what it means. And then in less than an hour, ladies and gentlemen, at noon o'clock Eastern Standard Time, it's Warhammer time, baby. The Skulls presentation is going to be going on, and so we're going to live react to that at noon. Skulls is a live stream / presentation that they do every year. It's like a Game Awards thing, but it's all Warhammer. So they're going to talk about all the different Warhammer games, give little updates. Could be some Space Marine 3 stuff, Space Marine 2 stuff, because that game's still doing a lot. As well, potentially a new Dawn of War game. That's what a lot of people are hyped up for. Kalisto sent me something this morning, or she put it in the Warhammer part of the Discord. Night Owl Studios, which made Rogue Trader, might be doing something with the Night Lords. What the hell? So there's a lot of cool things that could be coming out then. We'll watch the presentation. I think it's just like an hour or something like that, right? So we'll get into it in about an hour. And I don't know how long it is. I think it'll be an hour-long presentation. We'll just watch it, react to it, and I'll explain like what I'm excited about, what I'm not excited about. But it's not every day you get a cool Warhammer stream while we are streaming. So I figured, you know what? We'll get in here, knock a couple of stories out, talk some shit, and then we'll react to all of that as well. As far as show notes are concerned, the only thing on the radar is, you know, we had our Nerdventure stream last night. Started a little shaky last night. We had some technical difficulties, which never happen over here. You know, we're super professional, always on time, and no technical difficulties. But last night, rare technical difficulties. But then we did end up getting in there and playing some Marvel Rivals together. And I got to say, every time we do it, it just ends up being so much fun. I think it's something the community really enjoys. I know it's not for everybody, because not everybody loves playing the vid games or watching other people play video games. Totally understand that. But for that side of our community that loves that stuff, man, it doesn't get any better than that. That was cool, man. That was really fun. So I look forward to that again whenever we do it next. And frankly, man, I'm in a place where I'm kind of trying to brainstorm. I'm trying to come up with cool stream ideas. This was a week where, news has been light, but at the same time, the news that has been out there, we've been able to cover effectively. It's done well on the streams, it's done well on the podcast, and then it's done really well on the Clips channel. So I can't really complain, even on a slow news week. And I felt like the other day when we did most of the stream dedicated to like just deep diving on Galactus, we also were able to have a couple of stories at the front end of that. So I feel good about the balance that we're doing here. But I really do want to take some streams, not all the streams, but maybe the occasional stream, and do something really fun or really crazy. So I'm trying to kind of like brainstorm about that. And I will kind of update you guys as more and more of that comes, I guess, into production and we start moving on some of this stuff. So yeah, other than that, nothing really doing for show notes. I think it's going to be a good day, and I'm excited to talk about some of the things we have to talk about today. I'm a little bit confused about one thing on my... Hang on 1 second here, sorry. I need to figure out... Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay, cool. All right. And then we will do some Q&A as well, at the end of it. Probably at the end of Skulls, or depending on how we go on these stories, maybe we could get through both of these stories and do a little bit of Q&A, and then at noon we will get into watching Skulls. We'll see how it all goes down, okay? So, first thing we got to talk about today is news. Oh, that's not news. That's just Skulls, and it looks dope. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Okay, now, getting into the news for real here. Yesterday, Daniel RPK let a little something slip out about the Punisher special presentation. Now, before we even get into that, I want to set the table here. The Punisher presentation, special presentation, is going to be like what we experienced with the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special presentation, but also the Werewolf by Night special presentation. And I kind of like these special presentations, but I also don't know that they've been viewed enough to kind of like warrant their own existence. And that's unfortunate because I thought both of them were quite good and potentially better than a lot of the Disney Plus shows and less fatiguing as well, because it's like, a one-shot thing, you're in and you're out. Well, this would appear to be Marvel's attempt to do special presentations that I think have more of an inherent draw. So, Punisher, people love this character. John Bernthal, particularly portraying the character, people have loved for like the last 10 years. And I think, he's one of the best parts of the whole Netflix thing, everything they did over there. He's absolutely one of the best parts of the new Daredevil show, which frankly was super boring, but he was incredible in it. And we have all these comments, and there's sort of this external to the content thing happening where we understand that John Bernthal is very protective of Frank. He was not going to sign up for the original version of the Daredevil show, likely because of the sort of anti-cop nature of what was in that first version of the show. And I mean, it was to the point that Bernthal came out in an interview and said that the people that wear that skull on their uniform when they go into harm's way are like who he's making the show for. It's who he's making the show with. So in basically no uncertain terms, Bernthal has kind of planted his flag in the ground on what he thinks is important to the character, which is interesting, if for no other reason than I think, Marvel and the wider public are kind of trying to recontextualize that. I mean, Marvel themselves, I think, is a bit uncomfortable with that side of the fandom in some of the ways that the fans engage with Punisher, who is literally a murderer, right? But it's more nuanced than that, and I respect the hell out of Bernthal for understanding it and trying to make that a thing. Now, the truth is, everything I just said is actually just a part of why I think Frank and John as Frank is so popular. And so again, this special presentation is interesting because I think this one has a chance to be a lot more popular, more viewed than the other ones. I'm not sure how the holiday special did. That special is incredible. It's one of the best things Gunn's ever made, in my opinion. That holiday special with the Guardians is awesome, dude. I love that thing. And I would assume it got viewership, but we know for sure that Marvel was kind of disappointed in Werewolf by Night's viewership. So there you have that. This has a chance to be a lot more popular. Okay, so let's get into the actual news. Well, what he said, what Daniel reported, was that there's going to be a female villain, and Marvel Studios is reportedly casting for a female crime boss villain for the Punisher special presentations. Now, this is one of those things where if you're not a nerd, if you're not a sweaty, you would not understand how just this little piece of information almost puts a exact 0 point, laser point, you know, we know what it is basically. But that's because there is a very famous female crime boss from the Punisher comics known as Ma Gnucci. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to read this article here from Murphy's Multiverse. Really short read here, and then I'll fill in the gaps on who Ma Gnucci is and why this is fucking crazy, okay? If they do what they did in the comics. Marvel's Punisher special presentation may take inspiration from a gritty comic classic. Oh, it's gritty, all right. Frank Castle may not have won the battle against Wilson Fisk's anti-vigilante task force in Daredevil Born Again Season 1 finale, but he spilled plenty of blood. Most importantly, he lived to fight another day, escaping his dungeon cell and setting up the next chapter in his story. Set to stream on Disney Plus in 2026, the Punisher special presentation, co-written by Star John Bernthal and Reinaldo Marcus Green, will film later this year, but to date, no details about the project plot or cast have been officially revealed. When a special presentation was first announced, February 2025, Bernthal posted a picture of the cover of Punisher 53, the first of a 7-part arc entitled The Final Days. Published in 1991, The Final Days was written by Mike Barron and Cassie Tangle with Wilson Fisk. Given that Fisk is the central villain of the street-level corner of the MCU, an adaptation of Final Days, in which Frank takes down the Fat Man, would make plenty of sense. However, it sounds as though the new project may be introducing a new crime boss to the MCU for Frank to set his sights on. According to Daniel Richtman, the Punisher special presentation is currently searching for an actress to play a female crime boss who will serve as the primary antagonist of the project. Here's a quote from Bernthal. I care very deeply about Frank. I'm really grateful that I'm getting the opportunity to tell the story that I think fans deserve. We're giving it our all, and we're trying to tell a Frank Castle story that we're going to turn our... wait, what? We're giving it our all. We're going to try to tell a Frank Castle story that we're going to turn our back on the audience. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be light. And I think it's the version of the character the version that this character deserves, and I'm beyond honored and grateful that we get the opportunity. That sentence threw me way the fuck off. We're giving it our all, and we're trying to tell a Frank Castle story that we're going to turn our back on the audience. I mean, that's harsh language. That's pretty wild. I wonder what that means. Maybe it makes more sense if you hear him say it. Though that's as generic as a character description can be, the information has fans beginning to believe that the villain will be Isabella Ma Gnucci, the head of the Gnucci crime family who tried to take Castle out in Volume 5 of The Punisher, written by Garth Ennis. The 12-issue arc, known as Welcome Back Frank, launched Ennis' 49-issue run with the character, and it has long been hailed as a classic Punisher tale. Hard-boiled and gruesome because... Our Welcome Back Frank took the character back to his roots and allowed him to do what he does best, kill bad guys with extreme prejudice and a flamethrower. In terms of MCU Punisher continuity, Ma Gnucci makes quite a bit of sense as the antagonist for the project, given that Frank wiped out several members of the Gnucci crime family, including his son Tony, in episode 1 of The Punisher, 3 a.m. Okay. So this is pretty crazy. Wait, let's read a little bit more here. Earlier this year, Bernthal promised fans Disney Plus special presentation would match the tone set over the first 2 seasons of The Punisher, which streams on Netflix. I'm going to be dark. Frank has no interest in breaking out of the darkness, Bernthal said. So it's not going to be easy. I don't know if that's the Netflix tone, then that's what it's going to be. It will not be Punisher light. I promise you that. If Bernthal's new Punisher story does indeed draw inspiration from Welcome Back Frank, then plenty of darkness is there for them to draw on. Okay, so we got to talk about Ma Gnucci. This is nuts. So I guess potential spoilers here, but this is crazy. You can still read it on your own. You know what I mean? If you want to, go out there and read it on your own. Garth Ennis, Punisher. It's a classic run, okay? I'm just going to give you the highlights. So basically, the reason this story is so fucking brutal is this lady, the Gnucci, she's at the top of the Gnucci crime family. She's just doing crime family stuff, trying to take Frank out with assassins and whatnot. He gets his sights on her, and he literally finds her at a zoo, and he throws her into a pit of lions, a literal lion's den, and the lions rip her apart, literally ripping off both of her arms and both of her legs. You can't see it quite well in this image, but she has no arms and legs, because what happens is she survives the lions, okay? And then she's literally still the crime boss and just as brutal as ever, but she just is a torso, basically, with no limbs, no arms, nothing like that, okay? So Frank, at that point, thinks it's over. She then goes on to become even more brutal, even crazier, and the story, or her story, comes to an end when Frank basically shows up to her mansion and lights the whole fucking thing on fire. And she obviously can't run away because she has no arms and legs. So I'm telling you, dude, you think it's a polar bear? It might have been a polar bear. I don't remember. But she gets her fucking arms and legs literally ripped apart. Okay? And I can imagine here how they would show this in the special presentation. I think the special presentation will obviously be maturely rated, but like, damn, they could go really crazy and really hard with this. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me a bit of Sin City, that sequence where they have the dogs like eating the dude's limbs off, and then you have Elijah just sitting there with no arms and legs, and he's all tourniqueted up. It's very disturbing. It's like a really twisted, really disturbing kind of imagery. And then for that to happen, and then she's gonna still be around, and you could see how, like, because to me, I think the way Bernthal will probably approach this is like, she's just a force of nature, you know what I mean? And he's a force of nature too, and he was brutal as fuck to her, but he actually didn't finish the job. So he should have made sure she was dead, and that's what he's gonna do now. I mean, holy shit, dude. That is pretty brutal. So if that is indeed the direction that Marvel Studios is going in, if that's what they're doing, I mean, my goodness, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be pretty wild. It's gonna be fun. Feels very frank. Feels super hardcore. So yeah, that's the news. That's the rumor. I wonder what you think about that. Let me know in the comment section or in the chat here live. That's pretty wild. So just a little story, but maybe one of the craziest things that's been going on with Marvel lately. And to me, I think it'll be interesting to see if this is responded well to. I mean, Marvel itself, I think especially over the last couple of years, they got a little caught in being a little too Disney-fied, a little too polished, a little too bright. I think Love and Thunder is like a parody level version of Ragnarok, like just taking everything way too far. And yet Deadpool and Wolverine, which had a bit of a harder edge on it, was very, very successful. R-rated movie makes like $1.3 billion. So this could also be sort of a thing where if fans really respond to this, I mean, Marvel might go in a very violent, like, imagine Garth Ennis being the blueprint from here. I don't know. That'd be wild. But that is the news. Okay, let's shift into some Star Wars stuff. Then we'll do a little Q&A, and then we should be finishing up right about time for Skulls. Okay, so I will read you the tweet here. And this tweet's all over the place. You probably saw it. Let me know if you did see it. And I mean, you can just go through the comments here. There's very little people agreeing with him. And in fact, and this is funny because Andor has this weird thing where even though nobody watches it, basically, you have a lot of glazers and defenders online. But even those glazers and defenders could not defend what Tony was saying. Like, it was so bizarre and seemed so out of pocket that just look through the comments, man. He's getting torn apart. Okay, kind of like Ma Gnucci. Andor creator Tony Gilroy on why some MCU films are failing. What the fuck is the name of that box in the Avengers? The Tesseract. That's why all those Marvel movies that's why they fail. You're just constantly, if that's all you're doing, then all you're doing is just trying to get the Tesseract. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I mean, okay. So let's look at the actual article here. Let's look at the quote because, I mean, that comment is so fucking ridiculous. But you know what else is crazier? The attempt from the author of this article to try to make sense of it and to try not to, like, just make it sound as boomer, unhinged, out of touch, ridiculous as it is so cringe and painful. So, like, just the effort here from this slash film author is kind of incredible. Okay, so let's read the actual thing. Tony Gilroy thinks Marvel movies need to be more than just trying to get the Tesseract. Okay. With screenplays for thrillers like Michael Clayton, great movie, in the original Bourne trilogy, awesome, under his belt, Tony Gilroy knows a thing or two about how to write movies. This is obvious. By all accounts, his involvement on Rogue One helped save a profoundly troubled production. And obviously his work on Andor speaks for itself. Does it? So when he takes direct aim at even one of the most successful Marvel movies ever, well, we're inclined to listen. Oh, are you? While speaking to Slash Film, Gilroy went on to describe how the initial pitch for Andor, likely original showrunner Stephen Schiff, also embodied the broader problems with Marvel overall. Amusingly, he couldn't quite remember the central plot device at the heart of 2012's The Avengers. Guys, when was 2012? I just want to make sure we're on the same page here. Was that over 10 years ago? I just want to make sure. The first Avengers movie, 13 years ago? Okay. The Avengers, off the top of the head, but clearly why his allusion to getting the disc would instantly remind him of the MCU in the very next breath. Trying to get what do they call it? I can't remember the name of the box. What the fuck is the name of the box in the Avengers? What the fuck are they going for? The Tesseract. That's why all of those Marvel movies that's why they fail. You're just constantly, if that's all you're doing, then all you're doing is just trying to get the Tesseract. While this might seem like the despondent ramblings of a person in a senior home, oh, sorry, they write. While this might seem like a hot take at first blush, Gilroy is 100% correct to call out this franchise for relying on the exact same storytelling approach over and over again. There's nothing inherently wrong with MacGuffins, but so many of the Marvel movies that followed the Avengers, what are you talking about? The most successful run of films ever? 10 years and $23 billion? I mean, what the fuck are you even talking about? Seem completely preoccupied with their own takes on the Tesseract? Which, of course, turned out to be nothing more than various Infinity Stones. To be fair, this is probably one reason why the MCU eventually suffered a What? What the fuck are you talking about? But if Andor took a page out of a similar playbook, it's safe to say the series would have reached anywhere near the level of greatness that it ultimately was. This is so painful for me to read, brother. Like, this is some author that knows for sure, oh shit, Gilroy just confessed to being completely out of touch, a fucking boomer, anti-fan. He's bringing up the MacGuffin for a 13-year-old movie, which was so fucking successful, it made Warner Brothers be like, fuck Christopher Nolan, we need a cinematic universe, okay? This literally changed the entire industry and propped it up while little independent clove smoking, pinky out The artsy fartsy fuckhead projects weren't doing shit for the industry for 10 fucking years. Get the fuck out of here. It doesn't make any sense. What he's saying doesn't make any sense. He's talking about a 13-year-old movie, which not only was so fucking successful, it individually changed the industry, but what happened after it was so fucking successful, it changed every industry. This is so ridiculous, okay? And the thing is this. It's obviously fair to point out that Marvel lately has been struggling. But how the fuck is he going to draw a conclusion from what Marvel is currently doing to a 13-year-old movie when they actually were successful? It doesn't make any sense. He should have been slapped across the face with a wet salmon. But instead, you have this author on Slash Film trying to bend fucking reality to try to get somewhat of a point out of the gloobly glob boomer talk that this motherfucker just dribbled out of his mouth. And here's the thing about Tony Gilroy. Fuck Tony Gilroy. Fuck Tony Gilroy. Okay? You know, the other day, and now I'm just fucking going on. I'm going to go the whole way on this shit. The other day, I brought this up in a segment here on the show, and it's absolutely true. Do you remember when Tony Gilroy came out and tried to say publicly that fans and journalists were making things up to try to drive an artificial wedge between Dave Filoni, Kathleen Kennedy, and Tony Gilroy? He said that specifically to try to create this counter narrative. He knew damn well at the time the crazy fights that he had had with Dave Filoni, and he knew exactly what Dave did not want to be in Andor, and he knew he was protected by Kathleen Kennedy. That all came out, verified reporting over the last couple of weeks, and I've talked about it here on the show. This dude is slimy, okay? And beyond being slimy, he's anti-fan. He is literally anti-popular stuff. He is a pedantic, like, anti-fan, anti-success. Like, he is the kind of person that during the entire run of the Infinity Saga, while we were all having the best fucking time ever, and we only know how bad Marvel is currently because we know how good it used to be, during that entire run, motherfuckers like Tony Gilroy kept trying to pop up and basically piss on the party, take a piss on the fun that every fucking person was having. And Kathleen Kennedy picked this dude, this anti-fan, high elevated genre, you've heard me say it a million fucking times. She took this guy and literally tried to change Star Wars. Now, here's the thing. I understand if you like Andor. Actually, you know what? I don't even understand it. Nah, that's not true. I do understand it. It's competently made, and if you weren't actually a Star Wars fan and you just like science fiction that has, believable characters and like a plot, there you go. Boom, you have it. And I understand that people enjoy that. And I even understand that there are some Star Wars fans that maybe aren't as picky, and they can enjoy Revenge of the Sith, and they can enjoy Andor. But to me, from Jump Street, I mean, when you had this guy saying before the first season came out that he was never really a Star Wars fan, like, again, I started kind of raising an eyebrow to this sort of stuff. And I think this statement, beyond just being really out of touch and goobly glob, I think it's a little mask off. I think it just shows that he just has this general disdain for all of the success and the fun and the spectacle that was created during the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The irony is, we know, because we've deep dive on Kevin Feige, that Feige was like, literally, I mean, the reason Kevin Feige is bald is because he was pulling his hair out to try to make sure that Marvel Studios was creating actual quality stories in the middle of spectacle. And it's gotten to a point now where you have reports out that Bob Iger and Kevin Feige are beefing behind the scenes because Kevin's like, no, we need actual story-driven character, dramatic X-Men films. And Bob Iger's like, I think you should do Avengers vs. X-Men and shut the fuck up. And it's like Kevin's over there fighting for like the life of storytelling, for doing this right while doing spectacle. And you have people like this that just shit on it, that are literally talking about a 13-year-old movie and a thing that literally worked, people loved, it was successful, it helped cinema, it gave bajillions of jobs in the industry that he claims to care about. And it's just like, you can see it. You can see the mask off, That's not what he's about. That's not what he really likes. It's like the Scorsese comments. It's all the same thing. And I just truly believe that, on the one hand, it's funny to like shit on him because this is like some real boomer shit. But at the same time, I truly believe it shows a bit of the mask off, and it shows that he did not revere Star Wars as a concept. He did not revere Star Wars as its place within the zeitgeist. He did not revere the Star Wars fandom, and he damn sure didn't revere canon. So I feel completely justified in how I feel about Andor, how I feel about Tony, and I continue to believe this is not Star Wars and is literally made by a guy that doesn't like Star Wars or fandom. He doesn't even like fandom. And so I rest my case. I will not take any questions about this in the Q&A, no matter how much you disagree with me. I'm right, you're wrong. End of story. Okay. Okay, terrific. Wow, we wrapped that up actually pretty quickly. I actually did not think we would wrap that up as quickly. So that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. We can, of course, get into Q&A for a little bit here. We got 25 minutes, right? Yep, we got 25 minutes till Skulls. So we can go over some Q&A and hang out. And also, are there any other stories out there? Anything that dropped while we were live? Doesn't this feel like a super slow news week? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I feel like it's been incredibly slow. Incredibly. It's a holiday weekend. Oh, yeah? Is that what's going on? Major Bricks, thanks for the gifted membership, man. Appreciate you. Layama. Why can't I say your name? Welcome back to the Nerd Avengers. Appreciate you. Bo says, hey, Josh, just wanted to say, hope you and the fam are doing well. What is your weirdest prediction for Doomsday and Secret Wars? Doom Avengers. Weirdest prediction. Weirdest prediction. Well, I would say, probably my theory is probably the weirdest prediction, right? Meaning that I think RDJ's Tony was adopted. He was actually a Victor Von Doom variant, so that's pretty weird. Beyond that, some weird predictions. I predict we will get... I'm hoping, I don't know if this is a prediction, but it's kind of like a hope. I predict / hope that we get like Old Man Phoenix or like Rune King Thor, some multiversal versions of the heroes we love, but like at their utmost powerful or just uber crazy versions. Like Maestro Hulk is so cool. Would love to see that. Old Man Phoenix is so cool. That's like Hugh Jackman at the end of time and there's nobody alive, so he becomes Phoenix or whatnot. Yeah, I'd say those are probably my weirdest ones. What's the one for Secret Wars? I don't know. I can't really think of too many. I mean, there's so much we don't know about Secret Wars, right? I hope it's all the Battleworld aesthetic, I guess maybe the Maker would be really interesting. It's Reclaimer. Yeah, Reclaimer, like I said. Shub says, hope they go all in with the Punisher presentation and not hold back like they have been for the past few movies and TV shows. Yeah. I have a big old video, man. I put together like a 20-minute video essay. And within this video, I go over one simple change that I think Marvel needs to do to actually turn this around. And if they don't do it, I think they might be screwed. And it has something to do with what you're talking about. You've probably heard me talk about this on streams and whatnot for the past couple of weeks. I sat down, I wrote all my thoughts out, and put it into like a nice cohesive video. So I'll be dropping that either today or tomorrow. But yeah, they need to not hold back anymore. That is for sure. And I mean, there's always considerations, budgetary considerations. Yeah, so I get it. There's considerations. But yeah, I think they need to go hard, 100%. Zactac says, Gilroy talks like he's made an impact on anything. Yeah, for sure. And you know what? The thing is, like, Gilroy said a lot of stupid shit over the years. I usually don't pay too much attention to it. I very rarely will make an entire segment out of it. But I felt like this one was particularly dumb. Just at a really weird time. It was like so boneheaded that I think even if you love Gilroy and Andor, you got to admit, like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And he's trying to draw a comparison to something that, like, he has an idea of being, like, thoughtless and dumb and, commercial and, like, all these things that he thinks Star Wars probably is, too. And so I felt like it was, like, a really poignant mask-off moment, truly. Let's see here. Major Bix, thank you so much. Kaylin says, 25 minutes, let's deep dive on the X-Men. Deep dive on the X-Men? What? Nah. I mean, there's a lot you could deep dive on the X-Men. I don't know you could do it in 20 minutes, you know what I mean? Yo, tell Tony to get the F out of here. Yeah, I agree. I do think he should get the F out of here. And I think he will. I mean, again, unless, I'm kind of curious. Will we get numbers on Andor any time? I mean, we will get Nielsen numbers either way. But, like, to my knowledge, unless I've missed it, you guys help me out. Unless I have missed it, Disney has not revealed any numbers for Andor. They haven't even given us, like, an indication of what it's done. Which is strange because they love to do that. Remember with a lot of those other shows, they'll be like, it got this many views in this many days. Or it's the highest viewed this, that, second, and the third, So I'm just curious because I haven't heard anything. Yeah, at the upfronts, they absolutely would have done that, yeah. Optimus Prime Ribs, appreciate the 5-spot, brother, says, had a thought. Would be cool if Corrin Sweat plays both Superman and Ultraman. Yeah, I mean, I think he probably is. I don't see why he wouldn't. I think Ultraman is probably going to be deteriorating. So that'll be kind of creepy and cool, too. Maybe it'll be awesome to see Corrin Sweat play that. I'm really interested to see the overall performance with Corrin Sweat. We have not seen a lot. I did not love that scene. In the last trailer, the dialogue sequence, did not love that. But I guess we'll have to see. I mean, he seems like a good dude. I like the energy he brings. It might just be like the writing and the directing, I can't quite remember who wrote and directed Superman, but maybe they're the problem. Kendall says, can we watch a breakdown of Secret Level Warhammer episode? Also, last night was so fun. Star-Lord ult for the win. Killed Justin 2 times, but he got me 3, but we got the W. Dude, it was so fun. Yeah, that was a good time, man. I love those matches, those nights, hanging out with the fandom, or hanging out with the community. And yeah, what a good match, that last match, huh? We had some really good endings. As far as a breakdown of the Secret Lair level episode, there's actually not too much to break down. Like, the thing is that demon at the end is like a new demon. That's not from, like, they created that for the show, for the animation. It technically acts like some other demons we've seen in Warhammer. But there's not like any direct lore that I can kind of pull to there. So I believe they're there for Exterminus, right? They go in, they find the demon shit, and they're going to nuke it. Which, by the way, how do we only have 164 likes? We got almost 800 people in here, and we have 164 likes? Are we just extra tired today? Is this a rebellion against all the Andor fans in the community? That are the Andor fans just so mad at me that they refuse to like the videos? What the hell? I take it all back. I love Andor. Tony Gilroy. Watch those wrist. Rocket says, are we doing Warhammer? We are doing Warhammer. We got 17 minutes. And then we're going to watch the Skulls presentation, which I'm excited for. Let me find it, actually. Let me find it on the YouTubes. Do they stream it on... oh, okay. Warhammer Skulls Showcase. Why does it say... Oh, there's a trailer for it. Okay. I was like, why is it a minute 23? You guys want to see the trailer? I could pull it up. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, this is the Astartes 2 trailer. Interesting. Why would they do that? I mean, Astartes is fucking dope, but it's not like they're making a... I mean, I guess Space Marine, but... So cool. So full, so filled. Damn! Damn! Minotaur. Oh no, the scythes. And that little Terminator at the end. Woo! Could be a Grey Knight too. I mean, or Death Watch. This is like the Inquisitors thingy. So what do I do? Just stay here until the thing? Or is this not the actual showcase? I'm so confused. I bet this is the actual showcase. Anyway, Ethan says, much love, Nerd Avengers. Sad I couldn't make it last night. We'll be there next Rivals night. Are you more pumped for F4 or Superman? So I'm personally more pumped for Fantastic Four, but I am pumped for Superman, you know? And I am hopeful that Superman is, like, legit. Because I'd love to be able to cover more in DC. Like, I'd love to do it, watch Superman, and then do a big breakdown video where I talk about all the little teases. Why is Guy Gardner with this particular organization and not with the Green Lantern Corps? Like, all these different things. Like, use comic book knowledge to kind of fill in what I think Gunn is doing. That would be awesome. Like, I would love to make that kind of content. But it has to work, it has to be popular, and it has to have those seeds of a fully fleshed out universe. That way, it all feels like it matters. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's see here. Ross says, can I just play Warhammer video games, but not on the tabletop? Yeah, so that's what this showcase is about. So there's actually a shit ton of Warhammer video games, and they've been pretty successful. I think they've done well in the video game space. And so what this presentation is like all the new stuff coming to all the games that are already out there. Potentially some new games like Dawn of War 3, if that's true. Oh my God, bro. That's like a really fun RTS series that the fans absolutely love. So hopefully that is real. Yeah, could be a bunch of cool stuff here. YouTube lets you add videos as trailers. It can be any video you uploaded. You can do it too, you know. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Maybe I should do it. What's the player count of Space Marine? Oh, it's not great right now. But let's see. Let's check it out on Twitch. Might be better than we think. Games. Space Marine 2. Oh my God, there's nobody playing this game on Twitch. Warhammer's cooked. I think there's literally like 200 people playing. Oof, that's tough. Space Marine 2 is kind of an interesting one, man. You know, it came out so strong out the gate, and I played the shit out of it. I played the shit out of the multiplayer. So many fun things. And it fell off pretty hard. I mean, I think there were a couple of things that happened. It just didn't get enough content. I thought that the balance wasn't great. There were only like 2 maps in competitive. So they kind of dropped the ball on that. There are a lot of people that still play the game. I mean, I guess noon on a Thursday isn't necessarily the best for those kind of things. But I mean, yeah, it obviously fell way off. I like the game, but not enough to like get back to it and like what am I going to do? You know what I mean? Like, I guess I could grind some missions to try to unlock more armor or whatever, but Nerd Executive, what's up, bud? Says reading Hickman's F4 just got to where Johnny's sacrifice. Wow, 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 wow. Holy. The man knows how to comic. If the movie's an 8th is good, I'm so back in. Josh, you're still cool. Nerd Vengers for life. Hey, appreciate you, Ryan. I hope you're doing well, brother. And yeah, I agree. I think that moment is awesome. I'm rereading through that story and also his FF run, which goes on from there, because I want to do a big comic book breakdown of it all. So, yeah, should be cool. Should be real cool. So what the fuck is Skulls? It is a video game presentation. Do you think Fantastic Four will have just as good quality as Thunderbolts? I think so, yeah. 5.K in the game right now? Oh, well, the fuck? Oh, is that on the Steam charts? Okay, maybe. Yeah. Why am I being ganged up on all of a sudden? Just because I don't have a precious shiny Nerdvenger badge to my name? I love Josh, though the bad and the good. I've been here for every stream in the past 4 years. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. I did not see you getting ganged up on. IGN is streaming in 10 minutes. So is this, right? Am I crazy here? Yeah, premieres in 8 minutes. Premieres in 8 minutes. Dun, 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 dun. Besides Space Marine 2, have you played any other big Games Workshop games? Yeah, so I really like Chaos Gate Demon Hunter. That game is sick. I think it's really cool. It lacks a little bit of depth, but it's really fun. I played Rogue Trader a lot, which I liked, but I hate having to read all the dialogue. Like, why aren't there like more dialogue in that game? Actually, it was crazy. But Rogue Trader is really cool. I like that one a lot. I never played Bolt Gun. I never played... There was that one where you fight against a bunch of waves. I forget what it was called. Never played that. I played Tacticus a little on mobile, which I know it's stupid mobile game, but I do hope that they announce the Custodes are coming to that game today. I'm excited. I'm excited, man. If they get the Custodes on my fancy mobile game, I'm gonna play the shit out of that today. Let's see here. What else did I play? There was one more, but I can't think of what it was. I mean, I played some of the Total War back in the day, but like I was actually more of a StarCraft guy than Total War back in the day. Battle Sector looks really cool. I would like to try out Battle Sector eventually. What comics would you introduce to Liam first? Well, actually, it's going to depend on what he's interested in. But I will actually probably try to push him towards some shonen manga more than Western comics. I mean, first of all, there's like no... I mean, maybe the Ultimate Spider-Man run with Bendis and Pacelli. There are actually not too many like iconic entry point runs for some of the big Marvel characters. Comic canon is tough, man. It's like if you want to read Black Clover or My Hero, you just go read Black Clover and you start at Volume 1, you go to Volume 2. Unfortunately, Western comics are not like that. Now, they've tried a couple of things. I think they're doing better collections and omnibuses and stuff. But I actually would prefer him to read some shonen, because I think shonen manga is so much better as far as like instilling kind of just basic morality. You know, always try your best, don't accept limits, you know, fight for what's right. Very basic moral compass things that a lot of the shonen mangas preach pretty heavily. So, yeah. Probably do that. Whatever happened to StarCraft after 2? So, there is actually, I believe, some of the devs that created StarCraft have gotten together and they've created a new RTS. I was following it a little bit here and a little bit there. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but that seems kind of fun. I would potentially play that, check that out. But yeah, StarCraft just never really got to where it was around StarCraft 2. It's garbage? What? You played it? Cooper Seller says, I'm excited for Superman, but I'm worried he's going to be all nerfed and so much weaker. Oh, so that much weaker heroes can shine. Also, does the trailer imply Lex is president? I don't think so. I don't think he's president. That would be fun, though. Yeah, I suppose that's a concern. You know, I suppose that's a concern. I guess we'll just see, man. I don't know. I like I like some of what I've seen. Like, I like the using the sun to heal his wounds and shit. And I mean, if he got beat up by Ultraman, that's different. You know, that's different. You hear about the Gears 1 remaster coming out? I have heard about that, and that'll be cool. It might be cross-platform too. It might be on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, and that would be fun, man. I'd love to get in there and play some Gears. Cross-platform, that's where the Xbox folks will shine. You know, I'll be like, oh, you must have never played on the box. I could tell. Get two-pieced, you know. Will we watch your career? We will watch your career with great interest. What? Say what? Yeah. I should point out, because I know there's a discussion happening in chat. Obviously, I got flagrant and heated about Andor and Tony Gilroy. Look, I feel how I feel. I actually don't respect him. But I will tell you this. I do respect you guys. And if you really like Andor, and, you know, you don't want to hear about the bad things Gilroy said or whatever, I totally respect it. Totally understand it. The truth is, man, we won't be talking about this for very much longer. It's almost out of the cycle. It's almost out of the news cycle. Completely. And then we won't have to talk about it anymore. Anyone play the One Piece TCG? Dude, the One Piece TCG is lit. It is incredible, man. I just have too much going on. Otherwise, I would play more of it. It's fun. Elisa and I played it. We got a couple boxes. We made some decks. Dude, it's really fun. It's really cool. I'm not educated on Ultraman. How is it different if he's the one that messes up Superman? Well, the rumors are he's a clone of Superman. If he's not a clone of Superman, he's like an alternate universe version of Superman. So in the comics, Ultraman is a Kryptonian that actually gets stronger from kryptonite, and the sun actually weakens him, opposite of Superman. So, dude, there's some great scenes of Ultraman crushing kryptonite and then doing it like a line of cocaine. And it's dope as fuck, bro. So, either way, and it's probably a clone in Gun's version, but, well, it's due to start in 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Let's go, man. Premieres in 60 seconds. Okay, so 60 seconds. All right, let's turn this off. Turn this on. Maybe I'll go full screen, I guess. The hell? What the hell's happening here? Wait, what? Premieres in 60 seconds. Is it playing? I don't understand. Oh, we got like 2 minutes. I don't understand. Why can't I make it? Oh, I probably can't make it full screen because it's not actually playing anything. So I'll probably just do like this. Oh, but you can't see the top then. All right, we'll go like this. Boom. We're almost there. So Grimdark on F4 Theory, what that Reed is the maker, and all of his family in that world is using Franklin's power, and that's why Francticus is coming. Yeah, something like that would be sick, dude. I've thought about that. I just don't think they're gonna get that crazy with it. But we'll see. I would love it. I would love it. And I think Pedro would play a better dark Reed than a light Reed, man. Because I think that way his sort of aloof, kind nature could all be a mask. Now that's compelling. But if they're trying to tell me that's the smartest man in the play, you know what I mean? Like, ugh. Oh my God, it's so loud. That shit was so loud for me. All right, 50 seconds. Yeah, that was loud. What are we watching? I'm not sure. It randomly showed up on my timeline. I don't even know what it is. I hope it's Marvel or Star Wars or Andor. Blood and gore, intense violence. I like that. Okay. Ultramarine. What? Age of Sigmar, what?
Hello, Warhammer fans. I'm Rahul Kohli, and welcome.
You guys remember this guy? Rahul Kohli?
2025 showcase.
He was almost Ezra.
Warhammer Skulls is the annual celebration of Warhammer video games. The first place to see world premieres.
I gotta tell you something. Remind me to tell you something about Rahul.
Right now, you can enjoy a week-long promotion across a wide range of Warhammer video games on your chosen platform.
Yeah.
Let's get things rolling with the announcement of a new game starring the sinister agents of the Inquisition.
Interesting. A new game. Ooh, this might be the Night Lord shit. Wait, hang on now. Okay. Dude, that Inquisitor looks hard as nails. Wait, what?
The Imperium is torn asunder.
Is that fucking Dante or something? What the hell?
In this darkest hour, we are besieged on all fronts.
This must be some famous Inquisitor that I don't know about. Ooh.
By enemies from within. By enemies from without. By enemies from beyond.
Interesting.
Still, no matter the cost, we must persevere.
Oh, it is the Night Lords. Oh, shit.
To our defense, every soul, every dark secret.
Whoa.
For if we fail, all will fall into the damnation of eternal night.
What the hell? What the fuck? Dude, that looks awesome. Okay, very cool. So that's the people that made Rogue Trader. Looks like they're doing another
Hi,
version of that.
My name is Olga Kellner. I'm the lead narrative designer at Alcat Games and head of the team responsible for the storylines of both Rogue Trader and the upcoming Dark Heresy games.
Cool.
We'd like to thank all our players for your amazing support and feedback. They really mean a lot to the team. We've received many requests to make a title exploring Dark Heresy as our next project.
Wow.
And as huge Warhammer fans ourselves, we have long dreamed of bringing this game to life as a CRPG. And here we are. We are excited to deliver
This is gonna be
darker
cool.
and more personal experience to our fans, filled with grim-dark vibes, thrilling investigations, tough narrative choices, and an inside look at one of the most secretive organizations in the Warhammer universe, the Inquisition.
Yeah, dude,
To
the
learn
Inquisition
more
is
about our
tight.
game and follow the latest updates, please visit our website and follow our socials.
That's cool.
We can't wait to welcome you there. See you soon.
Wow, that's cool, man. I want to play the shit out of that. I was actually thinking of that when I played the first game. I was like, Rogue Traders are cool, but Inquisitors have more power? What the hell is this? Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. The Overseer. This is probably for Rogue Trader. Wow. Damn. What the fuck? They're just gonna blast that dude with a cannon? What the fuck? Yeah, that looks cool. So those are like the cops in Warhammer. Very Judge Dredd, you know? Hopefully the next game, though, that Dark Heresy game, actually has voice acting. Because that is something that was so annoying in Rogue Trader. What the hell's this? What? What the fuck? I don't know what this is, but it looks tight. I have to have it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't even think that's Warhammer. Maybe that's Warhammer Fantasy. What the fuck is this? Is this the Total War game? What the hell? Tides of Torment. Okay. People are hyped on that. Take a look back. Oh, they're doing like an art book. Okay. the art of Warhammer video games. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Is this the Legions game? I've heard this is fun. Oh, that's kind of cool, though. They're doing the Arcs of Omen. Warhammer combat cards. Ooh, what's this? These all look like Firstborn. Oh my god, a custodian. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Oh, hell yeah. Handle that shit. Oh my god, a blade champion. Let's fucking go. Holy. Oh, fuck yeah. The Adeptus Custodes join Tacticus. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Do they have some kind of promo code thing? Give me a promo code. I gotta get my Custodes. Gimme. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. 3 different Custodes characters. Skulls 2025. Oh, hell yeah. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now. Skulls 2025. I'm going to do it right now.
Games are part of you, us. They're a part of culture, part of what makes us human.
True.
Without preservation, all the emotions, creativity, stories,
oh, dude, it's already on the loading screen. Let's go.
Risk being lost forever. We can't let that happen. That's why we've launched the GOG Preservation Program, an initiative dedicated to rescuing and reviving classic games, ensuring they remain accessible, playable, and DRM-free for generations to come. The world of Warhammer holds a special place in the hearts of gamers.
Where do you put the code in?
Rich lore, unforgettable characters, and
I don't even know how to do
battles have
things.
shaped the way we experience strategy and fantasy. That's why we can't allow these iconic games to become unplayable with time. Today, we're thrilled to announce that 4 classic Warhammer titles are joining our GOG Preservation Program, ensuring they remain fully playable,
How do you put it
DRM-free,
in?
and accessible on modern systems for years
I
to
haven't
come.
even been playing the game long enough to know how to do this.
To celebrate Skulls 2025, we are giving away Warhammer 40,000 Rights of War, along with a time-limited digital goodie bag, including great wallpapers and more. Go to GOG.com and make games live forever.
Oh, that's cool. That's fun. 90% off. That's pretty good. All right, I'll figure this out later. I want the Custodes. Blood Bowl. Never been a big fan of the Blood Bowl, but that's all right. Oh, Warhammer. You're so goddamn ridiculous. Blood Bowl. Season 9. Damn, 9 seasons. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right, hopefully there's some more fire shit coming. Wait, what? They have Warhammer shit coming to CSGO? Did I see that right?
What a start. And as you can see, there's some really cool stuff in the pipeline. And there's still plenty more to come, including this next trailer from a studio I've had the honor of working with personally.
All right, Rahul. What is it? Oh, okay. Bolt Gun 2 or something? Okay, it's out already now. It's free? Free's pretty fun. Bolt Gun!
Death and ruin!
Wait, more Bolt Gun? Bolt Gun 2! What the hell?
Glory for Ultramar!
It does look fun. Maybe I should play Bolt Gun. That looked pretty fun. Okay, so the second one comes out in 2026. All right,
That's
gotcha,
right.
gotcha.
Malum Kaido is back. I am truly honored to have been given the opportunity to voice Kaido. It has been a highlight of my career, and I love just how much the community.
I didn't even know he voiced him. That's so cool.
And I am so excited for you all to be able to continue his journey. We have plenty more surprises yet to come,
All right,
including an
surprise
update
me.
on one of last year's biggest announcements. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look.
Report. What have our scouts found?
Devastation.
What the hell
Tomb
is
structures
this?
are active across the planet. The Necron Lords awaken their legions for war. Undying warriors and technological horrors are decimating the Imperials. But their machine cult's resistance is fierce. Their tech priests are reinforcing the front lines with everything they have. Human and machine alike. It's a bitter fight to maintain their production capabilities and make the Necrons pay for every inch of ground taken. That ground, though,
The
is now
ad mech,
within
though?
the Imperial cities. It'll be no easy thing securing our target amidst this destruction.
Luck has, need keeps, toil earns. Is the Oath Band ready to deploy?
Our hearts
music's
burn,
crazy.
Lord Greenyear. Where do we strike?
Wherever the wisdom of the Votan decides.
What? Some Votan homies?
The ancestors are watching.
The ad mech, like I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're a big ad mech fan, that's cool. I would literally rather play the Necrons. Maybe that's heresy, but they're a lot cooler. Votan are cool though. What the hell's this? Fat shark?
The no-tales are here.
The Ratmen mean to use the Well of Dreams to send their bomb into the world. The others do not believe, but belief does not surrender to fact. The Skaven must be stopped, and we shall be the ones to do it.
So is this Old World or Sigmar? I'm not really sure. Looks crazy. Or Warhammer Fantasy. Are those the rats? Is this the rat army? Oh my god, I think it's the rats. Wow. Free update. You can play it now. I know a lot of you guys are probably interested, so check it out. Check it out. $20% off? What the fuck? I literally just bought some shit this morning. God damn it. This one's for you orc players. This is for Adam.
What's the boys?
I bet this is fun though.
Keeping some weather.
What the fuck, dude? Orcs are so ridiculous. Holy shit. Speed freaks. Bunch of goddamn orc players. Yeah.
New command. Vigilant. Day 1.
Ooh.
I deploy our 1st regiment. Morale is high.
Whoa!
But it
Oh
always
shit,
improves.
this looks badass.
Day 7. We join forces with the Adeptus Astartes.
Nice.
Day 12. Together, we drive back the heretics in the north. Day 13. The strength of our forces has
No!
attracted some unwanted attention.
Is this battle sector? This looks
Day
lit,
15.
dude.
I sacrificed 21 regiments in a diversion attack.
This trailer is awesome.
Day 17. Our allies sell their lives dearly in battle with the orcs. Day 19. Our covert operations cripple the most powerful orc faction, luring their own allies to turn against them.
Oh
Day 30.
shit.
Across Vigilus, our armies drive the enemy back. For the first time, men whispered of hope, even of victory.
And the Necrons pop out.
But I am certain, this was only the beginning.
What is it? What is that? Play for free soon? Dude, that looked lit. What's the gameplay look like though?
Hi.
Oh, it's a mobile
I'm
game.
Enrich, part of the Supremacy Warhammer 40,000 team, and we are really excited to be here at Skulls and present our new game to you Warhammer fans. Our goal is to create a free-to-play grand strategy experience that is really deep and complex for mobile, and it will also be downloadable on our website for PC.
Okay.
It's not about small skirmishes or single battles, it's about seeing your strategy unfolding against other players in the match who are also trying to gain control over Planet Vigilus. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all in the match, rallying your forces of Space Marines, Astra Militarum or Chaos Space Marines, or maybe you're like me, excited to pick the Orcs and give the other players in the match a real good crumpin'. Come to playsupremacy.com to tell us which faction you want to choose and get updates on Supremacy Warhammer 40,000. See you on Vigilus at launch.
I mean, that trailer was dope, but I don't know. I'm not sold. I'm not sold on the game. I mean, I think what they're going for is like a static, almost like what Helldivers did in a mobile version. Oh, this is the Weta stuff? Yeah, I was just looking at that stuff today. Any more? Any new stuff? Yeah, unfortunately, all that stuff's like too expensive. I don't think it's selling well. Battle Sector.
Last December, we released the latest DLC for Battle Sector, the Astra Militarum. The new faction joined the fight with 16 new units and brand new HQ abilities. This March, we sent out a major patch for Battle Sector, featuring some really exciting updates. First, came some new arrivals for the Astra Militarum, the Liman Ras with a battle cannon and Kedian Sergeant. Secondly, there was a significant faction refresh for the Sisters of Battle, with new unit balance and brand new abilities.
Okay, now put the Custodes in there. Yeah.
For this year's Skulls, we wanted to give you some new free units. This time, it's the Sisters of Battle and Orcs that will reap the benefits. The Adeptus Sororitas can now count on the Dominions, while the Orcs are gaining the much-requested melee version of the Boys.
Building upon the foundations of the Planetary Supremacy mode and heading towards
That's
new
cool.
war zones, we're adding a new game mode called Crusade. Today at Skulls, we're releasing just the first version of Crusade. In the future, we're planning on improving and expanding it based on your feedback and suggestions. Crusade will challenge you to take your initial army and go through waves and hordes of enemies. We're also adding a new way to level up your army. Units will gain experience and level up based on how fiercely they're fighting the enemy.
Deeds of the Fallen. Is that
There hasn't been
Dark
new
Angels?
Story content from us since our initial release, but that changes today with the arrival of our new story campaign, Deeds of the Fallen. Welcome to Warzone Chalnath. Within this zone, we find the Theracleo 4, otherwise known as Ashenfell. Once a world of great fire and industry, with boiling volcanoes harnessed to power imperial manufactorums. But with the Great Rift came a great stilling, and the planet is now just a ball of ash and ice. And now, a great orc war has descended.
It's always these goddamn
fear and
orcs.
destruction across the planet. Into this realm of ash and
Why can't
fury
they just be
descends
chill?
Canoness Celicia of the Order of Our Martyred Lady, accompanied by Sister Hospitaller Dorentia and a mobile strike force of zealous Zephyrim. She has been dispatched by the Ecclesiarchy to assault the orc flanks
Cool.
and relieve the pressure around the bastion of Fortress Convent Incentia. This campaign is 12 missions long, and also adds 3 new units for the Sisters of Battle for use in both the Deeds of the Fallen campaign and in other game modes. As well as the previously mentioned Zephyrim, we are also bolstering the Sisters' force with the Imagifier. And thirdly, the Sisters will gain access to the Castigator battle tank.
Damn, okay. The future. Talk to me about Dark Angels. Talk to me about
There'll also be
Custodes.
something new, exciting, and a bit chaotic coming towards the end of the year.
What? That's it? That's the tease? Ooh, the Black Legion, though. That's fun.
The Imperium of Man has stood for 10,000 years, guarded by the might of the Space Marines and mankind's numberless armies.
Damn!
But they are
32% off? Skulls?
And the threat
You guys gonna buy me some? Chat, are you guys gonna buy me a couple disc plates?
Side, with Warhammer metal posters at displate.
Send them to the P.O. box? Yes? You wouldn't need a frame, that's true.
Oh, look at you. Hiding behind your barricades.
Of course. Obviously.
To your delusions.
Ooh.
Praying to a carcass.
What's this?
I see your fear. I taste it. Pitiful that you cower before such beautiful ruin. Heretics. Traitors.
Ooh.
Abominations. You called us so many names, and yet you wonder why we would choose this. Hold fast your ways, choked by ignorance.
I've heard this is fun.
Will bleed
It's just like,
We are the composers of agony, sculptors of torment, the Emperor's children.
Noise Marines.
As you draw your last breath, I grant you one last gift. Your death will be exquisite.
What's it called? Warp Forge or some shit? Warp Forge. Yeah, it looks fun, but I can't really. I can't really. Is that Noel? No, it sounded like him though. So far, so kind of mid. I'm gonna be honest. Nothing blowing my hair back.
Stand now.
Sanguinius. Aw, it's more Warp Forge.
Look on me now.
Or no, this is Legions. A lot of their games are like really similar. Because they have basically two versions of the same thing.
I do not need a Primarch to win this war. We are more than a brotherhood of the failed and the fallen. Long as we breathe, the traitors shall find no respite.
Legions.
We stand as one, or we fall as many.
Aw, shit. Aw, shit. Warhammer Plus. Warhammer Plus has some pretty good content, though. I actually like it. Oh, dude, yo, Matt told me about that. The VR thing, Space Marine VR game. Yeah, Matt got to play that with his son. Lore Masters is actually really good on there. Dun, dun. Oh, a towel. So how do I get my new how do I get my model from Warhammer Plus? I never figured that out. Man. Wow, they got like
we are entering
they got
the
like
home
19,000 people watching
We've
this.
saved some of the best for last. Brutal
Yeah, hope
Judgment comes
that
to
you
the
did.
Morningstar with a new playable DLC class in Darktide, a brand new play mode lands for Space Marine 2, and a classic Warhammer 40,000 game returns. Check it out.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, Tau need more love? They're fine. Those blue fish-looking mech pilots, they're fine.
Attention, scum. You are in defiance of the Emperor's law. You cannot hide.
This is probably Darktide.
You cannot escape. We are judgment. Prepare for sentencing.
Boom. Pew, 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 pew. Ruh-roh. Seems bad. Well, now. Oh, Beatties. I mean, that's probably cool if you play that game. I never really played that one. It did seem fun. What army is Jesus in? I'm not sure. Ooh, they got some free games. Okay. Warhammer stuff in Rust. What? Warhammer is coming to Rust. No other details. Okay. All right. Space Marine. Damn! Siege mode. Available June 26th. I bet that's cool. It's a free update. Maybe I'll try it out. I like Space Marine. I like it. It's real cool. Ooh. Ooh. Decent, decent. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na. Space Marines attack! Whoa.
Even in death, I still serve.
Okay. This looks cool, dude. Is this the first Dawn of War? Bunch of orcs again? Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Yo. Saint Celestine. Pew, pew, pew. Oh, shit. The Blood Ravens. Look at those drop pods coming in. That's sweet.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
64-bit modding support? The original Dawn of War Definitive Edition. I'm gonna be honest, that seems lit, dude. I might have to play that. Like I said, I played some of that, but at the time I was just more of a, oh yeah, this game, yeah. This was what was leaked. Okay. Yeah, Matt got to play this already, dude. I'm so jealous. Like, dude, some VR Space Marine shit, come on. Come on. I might have to travel to play this. Matt said it was awesome. You play in like a big warehouse, so you actually like walk around and shit. Threat lethal. Yeah, where do I play? Only at 0 latency VR. 0latencyvr.com. All right, let's see where one is.
Peggy 18.
Oh, the first Space Marine, huh? Where's the places?
Well, that's it, folks. Thank you very much for joining me. You can learn more about the games featured in this showcase and where to play them by visiting warhammer-community.com/skulls. Don't forget to head over to your gaming platform of choice to take advantage of the amazing promotions running this week on Warhammer video games, which is where I'm heading off to right now. Thank you for watching. Take care.
Boo. All right. Well, that was all right. There's some cool stuff in there, but overall, kind of an underwhelming games presentation. I think if you play some of those games, you're probably excited that you got some updates on it. I think the Space Marine 2 thing is really cool. I will try that out when it comes out. I'm going to try to get Custodes on this stupid mobile game. Probably going to spend way too much money trying to get those for a game I'll barely play, but you know how that goes. Yeah, and I don't know if there was anything else that was really cool, to be honest. Total War looks fun, but I would have liked, like, an actual Warhammer version of Total War, because I think that's going to extend the story they're already telling, which is more like Warhammer Fantasy. That VR thing looks lit. I can't find where the locations are, though. Like, it should not be this hard to find where the locations are. Like attractions or you know what I mean? Like, where are these fucking locations, dude? And why is it so hard? So, lethal threat. About us, maybe. So one's in Quebec, maybe? I do not understand it. Am I missing something here? Huh. Zero latency locations? I knew that. I found that easily. Oh, wait. Get that out of here. Okay, so there's some in California, some in Florida. There's one in Indiana. Michigan. Oh, there's some in New York, huh? Huh. I wish I would have known when I was booking my trip. There's one in Rochester. That's fairly close to me. Interesting. Okay. Michigan, Indiana. There's one in Orlando. That's cool. Bunch in Texas. Wait, there's some in Ohio? There's one in Cleveland? Hang on now. VR gaming in Cleveland. Am I missing something? Maybe there's one in Pennsylvania. Wouldn't that be crazy? Arizona, Illinois, Florida, Louisiana, Maryland, Ohio. Nope. Cleveland, though. Cleveland. Wait, Where's the Cleveland one? All right, well, that's not helpful. Maybe I'll check that out later. All right, everybody. Yeah, so that's going to conclude the stream. Apologies on the Skulls presentation. I was hoping he would be a little bit more hyped up than that. Thought we'd get a little bit more hyped up trailers. But yeah, no, there's some cool stuff coming down the bend when it comes to Warhammer. They do have a lot of video games, huh? It's kind of wild. Oh, the T on Rahul. Okay, yeah, I'll tell you the T on Rahul, okay? And remember, too, that I have zero sources and I have no idea what I'm talking about. So, Rahul was fairly close to being Ezra. Do you remember when he did that video with Theory back in the day? So, Rahul, and I think he was smart to do this, he was trying to sort of get into the Star Wars fandom and be like a fan favorite pick and have some sort of social capital within Star Wars, because I think he really wanted to be a part of that franchise. Disney actually found some stuff on his social media they didn't like, which is so weird and ironic, right? Like, I don't know. Disney's so weird. But they found some stuff they did not like on his social media, and they were like, nah, fam. So it would appear to me that Rahul from that point pivoted towards Warhammer. And he's been, because I saw him he did some battle reports, showed up on some channels. He was like getting into it. He obviously did the voice work for Bolt Gun. I think he's kind of like positioning himself to be more involved in the franchise and potentially involved in Cavill's stuff as well, which I think he would be great. I like Rahul a lot. But yeah, so from what I understand, he was like heavily campaigning to be in Star Wars, and Disney kind of put the kibosh on that. And so now he's pivoted into Warhammer. Kind of cool. Yep. But anyways, guys, that's going to conclude the stream for today. Hopefully there's some actual news that drops later. I believe Jeff Snyder probably going to do the Hot Mic podcast where he'll drop, how did he describe it again? Fodder. So he'll drop a bunch of fodder for us tonight on John Roca's show, and then maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow. Yeah. It's crazy, too, because some people really like the Skulls presentation. So Bricky said it was awesome. I just saw on social media, he was saying it was dope as hell. I thought it was just okay. But a lot of that stuff I'm not super into, you know? I thought it was all right. That Night Lords thing, the Heresy game, Dark Heresy, that does look really cool. And I'm quite excited because they're a great developer, so that's fun. That is fun. They're paid by Games Workshop. Highly doubt it. Okay, everybody. Much love. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back at it tomorrow, hopefully with some cool news. If not, we'll figure something out. Maybe tomorrow we go all in on Warhammer. You know, we kind of dipped our toe in Warhammer today. Maybe tomorrow we go all in. I could just explain all of the lore and why Warhammer is so awesome, and everybody loves it, and it'll be a good time. All right, everybody. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. I was pretty sure I went over all the super chats already. Did I miss a few? Because I went over all of them. Yeah, I literally went over all of those, guys. Before we watched Warhammer, I read all of those. So What about the ones during? I think there was just one. Oh, there were two. Oh my god. Okay. All right. I'll go over these two. If Warhammer gets a huge pop in the video game industry, it'll help with live action. Absolutely agree. And I think that's part of what happened with Space Marine 2. Space Marine 2 was crazy popular. And my big video that popped off, that happened after Space Marine 2. So that video, last time I checked, was like 800 plus K views or whatever. That all happened after Space Marine. So I do think that's going to be a big thing for them. And then, have you cleaned your air filter yet? Yep, absolutely. All right, everybody. See you later. Bye-bye. And you know what? I know you're not gone. I know you're not gone because you're sitting here yelling at me about 2 super chats that I missed during the goddamn presentation. So, is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? No! No, you didn't. You're still here. Anyway. Hey, man, you know what? I appreciate it. You know what I think? I think that as we pivot towards Warhammer, I just have to try to do my best to just completely ignore all of the negativity and naysaying about it. You know, it doesn't serve us well if I engage every single time. So I'll just ignore it. You know? Your title still says Tony Gilroy. Isn't that his name? What's the problem here? What's his... Isn't that his name? Yeah, Tony Gilroy. Gilroy. Gilroy? It's Gilroy? I'm gonna fucking snap, dude. I don't even care. I don't care enough to know how to spell his name properly. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about him. I wish I could have come up with a more clever misspelling that was like really offensive, but I couldn't. Oh, Tony Gilstupid. Yeah, there you go. In fact, how about this? How about this, Chad? Tony Gilstupid. There you go. There you go. Fixed it. Yeah, fixed it. There you go. All right, everybody. Do me a favor. Just a little one. Open up your third eye. And wash out your stinky Tony Gilroy.